Shalawama, shalawama. How's everybody today? I know it's been a long time since I did a video, but it was a lot of things on my mind, so I thought I would share with you guys. One, because we did 5 days, and now I'm starting to think about doing 5 days and going into 4 because my husband is off one day because I usually do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but he has Sundays off, so I want to go back and not do Sundays because by the time we started school it'd be like 11, 12 o'clock. So I was like, okay, that's not gonna work. And then on Friday sun go down to Saturday sun go down, we do our Shabbats. So that's another reason why that I want to do 4 days, because then I don't have it. That's why we go Sunday through Thursday. But I looked up to see how many hours are in 180, and I did. It was 4,000 and some hours. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I can figure out how to track my hours instead of tracking my days. So I was like, that sounds better. So then I went and worked on curriculums that I had problems with. Like, for instance, it wasn't I having problems with, it was because I want to learn like foreign language with my children, and these didn't have showing me how to do them as well as showing them how to do it. So I had to go to this one where it was like a worksheet already. So that's why I used this. Nobody gave me anything to show you these books. I'm just showing you the difference in the books and stuff. So I worked on that, and then this was another book. So different curriculums like that I had to look through. So I was like, okay, so next year I want to look through the book, and maybe if I have a problem with it, maybe do a little pre-school. So if I have a problem with the curriculum or thing, that I can send the book back in a grace period of time. So please look at that and see your grace period of time, just in case if it's a week or 2 weeks or a month, that you can send stuff back, because I think sometimes Amazon is a month. I'm not quite sure for that, so look and research that. Dealing with homeschool is a whole bunch of researching in that, so make sure that you figured it out. And then like for instance, we had one big dictionary, and it was two children, so they couldn't share that one, especially if they have the assignment at the same time, because they're both in the same grades. They're twins. So I went online and I got this from a discounted store. So it was only like $1 or $2. So I was like, okay, but then I couldn't. The store closed down, so I did that, and then I went online and I found these books. At first, I got the other ones dealing with the grades from elementary, so I had to look for those. So that kind of took a little thing, because I had to use the internet, and I don't really too much like using the internet a lot with my children, because I want to see how they looking up stuff, not just typing the word and know the word. I know nowadays there's a lot of stuff on the internet, but what if you have to sit down and research something? Would they know how to do it, or do they know how to do it? So my thing, I like to go back to basics. I let them use the internet and a laptop, so that's fine. That's nothing. I'm not saying I don't let them use internet at all. No, I don't. When they do their research and do their stuff, I let them use it. It just depends on what it is. Like finding words, sometimes it take a little more or whatever it is. So I want to make sure they understand how to do both. That's just me. I want you to learn the basics and then learn the computer as well. But I still want you to learn both instead of just one. So just make sure you know what you want. And then on top of that, the best thing is to know your children, how they learn how to learn. They like to learn or they need to learn how. Like my way of teaching is hands-on, but one of my child is not hands-on. They go by memory. Because one of my children can tell me what happened. What did I say? I think she was in fifth or sixth grade. I don't remember it quite, but I remember she remembered that and she was telling me about it. Well, Mom, remember when? I'm like, wow. But yes, I do, and we went on with the conversation and stuff. I was just amazed that she remembered that far back of what curriculum, what lesson plan, everything. And I'm like, okay, because she remembered me discussing it. Then because it's a way you teach, because some people don't, maybe their first time or maybe just learning how to teach. So, teach their children. So you gotta look at your teaching and then your teaching, their learning style, your teaching style and stuff. So that makes a lot of difference. I know I would just want to come in and just conversate with you today to go over what I do to get ready for my curriculum. What do I think about? What do I do? Remember the 4 days, and then how am I going to do a vacation? Do I do vacations with my holiday? We do holy day, so we do days by the book. We do Leviticus 23, so we take off those days and stuff. And well, I think it was two times my husband just said, let's just do a vacation. So we did a little one, and I had to add it on. That was no problem. But I'm just saying, give yourself room to do that, and that's why we're ending in May instead of April like we normally do. And then since we do the holy days, take a week off. Well, it was fine because when we started school it was August, but when we taken off our week holy days, I would think it was 3 of them in the month of September, and August and September. So I had to look at that too, and I'm like, okay, by the time I started school, it'd be August, or I start school before that. So it just depends on how you're looking at it, and as you're going by the public school in your area, taking off days, or are you going by? So, sorry, I lost train of thought. So it was just depends on how it is. So I had to figure out if I'm gonna start this year in August, or am I gonna start it in October? And the another way is to so I had to look at that and figure out what to do and what I wanted to do, dealing with the days of the school and all that, and how to put that into the curriculum. And then if I buy a curriculum, will that allow me to go to 4 days? Some curriculums do not, so I had to look that over. So it's a lot of things. Like, for instance, I bought this book. I want to send it back. but this I'll show you. Hold on. Like, this is pretty much a curriculum inside itself. I mean, if you go like, just go straight down the line, this is pretty much your lesson plan, your curriculum, so all you got to do is that. But I don't want to do that. If you want this book, it's like Amazon. Maybe I don't know, I'll figure it out before I tell you that. But then here's the math book. I had this one for a long time, but same way with here. So pretty much it's a curriculum inside itself already. So all you have to do is just make it day-to-day lesson plans on that. So, and I don't want those, so I want to make my own this year because of my days and how I go through stuff. With my oldest, when they were in school, my oldest two was in school many years ago. I waited pretty much to the last couple weeks, and I just bought some books, and we didn't enjoy it. We didn't like it, so now it takes me back. Okay, so what do I do? How do I research it to make it for us interesting? Plus meets our hands-on needs, or our listening needs, or our one more thing, different how I teach, or how they listen, or how they understand stuff. So I had to look at that. So mostly I think about this stuff starting more like February-ish, somewhere around there. So I try to look at all the things before I go into buying a curriculum. One, if I buy a curriculum, or if I make the curriculum. Okay, so how do I do this? What are the steps? What day do I start? What days do I have off? Okay, give myself a leeway, because I got to remember, if I start in October, would I have enough time at the end of the school year to, so if we just sporadically just throw a vacation in there, or take a day off or something like that. I gotta look that into it and make sure that it will be enough days. I will be making a video on my calendar and how do I do my calendar before I even get into my curriculum, because I need to know, it needs to know basis before I start. That's just me. Some people do not. They just do that. So I'm not saying it's I have to. I'm just saying in my thing, so I can know these answers, so I know what I'm looking up. So it's just different things that I look up and I do, because of I know me, and I know what I want and I need first, and then go into the curriculum. So make sure you look at all expectations. I know on Sundays I want to, my husband and my son and their family is off on Sunday or day one. They're off, so okay, so if they want to come visit, then I'll have them. And it's okay. We won't be doing school. We'll be having family time and socialize. So I have to look at that. So that's another reason why I wanted to do 4 days, because of they like those times. So I fluctuate my time to help, so all family can be together. I mean, this is my children's first time being an uncle or aunt, so that helps them out too, because they're still learning about being an uncle and an aunt. I remember one time we did a week vacation, and every plan that I did, it was something dealing with school, and I didn't realize it until I got home, and I just wrote it into my curriculum. We went to a car show, and we learned about a car, and we learned I think the first car, and it had a booklet with it. And then we learned about money and stuff like that, and we learned about the tractor. So, and then was 3 different days, one about the tractor, one about the car, and one about the money. 3 different days. So I was like, okay, that's three different school days that you learned something, you did something. So I put that into our curriculum because I was like, why not? Why take that away from them? They learned something, they did something. So you can look at stuff like that. Okay, maybe a beach or whatever, research the beach or whatever, and find how many seashells or how many, or how, especially depends on how old your children are. You can do number of things on a vacation, and the children don't even realize that it's it's learning experience. They don't realize it's a part of school until they, oh, we did do how, Mom? We went on a vacation last week. Yeah, we did, but what did you learn? And we did that. So it's just different things how I add into stuff, and don't realize that until I get home and start working on the next week lesson plans. I'm like, oh, well, I need to put that in because they did that. So that was 3 days out of that thing. I think I did a whole week or something. Didn't realize it until we got home that the whole week was learning. So I put that into it. So basically we didn't really take off, but we did take off. So let's see. And then one time we packed up and we went to my dad's house, and we had school there for a whole week. So just because I had to learn that the world is my classroom. The world is my classroom. I had to learn that. It took me a whole lot of time because I was like, well, what if I want to go to the library for the whole day? Why not? The world is your school. So I mean, because they read all the time and they can find a science book. I mean, reading is most of your work. Most of your child's work. If you think about it, going to the library, you can learn about. You can do science, social studies, math, spelling. You can do it all. So just think about that. Think about little things that what you want to do into your curriculum, and how you want to do it, if you want to do a curriculum, or do you want to go buy one. I mean, I'm not telling you to get a curriculum. I'm not telling you not to. I'm telling you, talk to your children, talk to your husband, figure out, or your whoever, talk to your spouse, so you'll know what you want, what you don't want, what they want, what they don't want, and stuff, and how they learn. Make sure that's a big thing. How they learn and how you teach is a big factor in there, because my son and daughter could be in the same grade, and they worksheet is so different, because you could just say, hey, in one question, please stand up, please sit down. I do my own worksheet, so I try to have a Bible verse in between there, talking about the worksheet or something like that. I mean, is numerous ways you can do a lot, so make sure you pay attention to that. It's numerous ways you can do stuff. I mean, go and find it. Let's see, what else did I do? But my biggest thing is I had to learn about me, learn about them, to learn about me through them. So, and then to help me learn about the curriculum or that I want, or the curriculum that I'm going to make. I had to learn that. So I know what they need to learn yearly. So I put that in a factor into whatever we're going to do that year. But I try not to do a curriculum book. But the first couple of years I did. I had to figure it out. I have to learn. Still learn, to relearn, to learn again, to learn some more. It's a lot because, and it's a lot of research. It's not a lot like, oh, it's so much. No, it's fun because you're learning about yourself. You're learning about your children. You're learning about your family, your husband, your significant, whoever it is. You're learning about them. You're learning about in your household. I remember, and what helps you, like if you're doing school early in the morning, do you make sure it's set out every night? Does that help? Or if you're doing school in the afternoon, so in the morning, do you set out your curriculum or your lesson plans for that day? How do you do it? Does that help you? What helps you during the day? Sometimes my daughters, they help cook. So what do I do to get to make sure that I'm prepared if I want them to help cook? How can I prepare myself to help me out during the day and let them cook? Because then that will take an hour because I'm learning, and I'm not saying nothing's wrong with that because it's still school. It's still you could call it foods class or cooking class or something like that. I mean, different ways you can put in there because in intermediate school I learned how to cook. So I thought my daughter should learn how to cook. So I did that. Let's see. I mean, different things. How are you going to set up your day? What are you going to do? How are you going to teach them? What are they interested in? So, I mean, if they're older, if they're younger, even if they're younger, you can still have them help you cook. It's up to you. And what do you want them help you cook in? I don't do special things where we buy a cookbook. No, what are we going to have tonight for dinner? Or what are we going to have in the morning for meal? What are we going to have the evening for meal? So, and then we write it down, make a lesson plan on I make a lesson plan on that. Okay, so what is the ingredients? What is this? What is that? And ask them questions, and then we get in there and we start cooking, and I ask them more questions. Well, right there, you just did foods class and don't even realize or don't even know it and stuff. I had to think about that. Let's see. It's a lot of things that I have thought of to make it a part of school. So look at how you gonna do stuff. Map everything out now, so when you get there, you're like, oh, because if anything comes up, you're okay. You got something there to help you, even if you only doing, maybe I remember one year we did one day reading, one day writing, one day spelling vocabulary, because it was so much going on through that week and stuff. So that's where the minutes come in, or them hours come in, so and add up to hours, or however it is that you're gonna do it. So just remember to learn to different ways of, okay, it's 180 days, but how many hours, how many minutes? So if I take this day and minus this day, do I attach it on at the end of the year? Do I push it out, or do I put extra hours? And that's where my hours come in. Do I put extra hours on a day? of school, that's where I had to do that. So I was like, okay, so which way do I want to do it? Do I want to add the extra day at the end of the year, and it'd be more than a day? It'd be like, I don't even know, because I haven't added that up. These are my thoughts. So just to listening, I know I'm rambling on. I'm not trying to. I'm just throwing my ideas out at you to know what you want to do in your curriculum or your lesson plan or your schooling. However you want to do it. I know I wanted to work out a calendar and show you what I mean about my calendar and my days off and my vacation and all that. I'm going to make and show you how to do that, and it's not even a part of my curriculum yet because I haven't even thought about what I want to do with that part. So that's why I said all these little things. I know I want to do 4 days, but how do I do 4 days? Do I add on at the end of the year, or do I do it now, or make sure that it's 180 days so I count all the way straight through? So okay, if I do that, then would I have time to, if we decide to go on a spontaneous vacation or 3 days or take a day off, would that be okay? How far am I pushing it back to the summertime or whatever? I mean, we kind of do school all year round, but in the summertime we plant and plants, herbs and fruit. So that's probably not school, but I call it school because we pretty much getting up and making sure it's water, making sure it's healthy, making sure it's growing. If it's not growing, what can we do to make it grow? I mean, maybe we have to do research on it. So things like that. I mean, it might not be school, it might be trying to figure out how to eat, but I have to teach them, well, okay, that 25 cents can feed your whole family because you're growing your vegetables. Or how do you catch water? Well, free water, so you put a bucket out and get some rainwater. Different things like that, teaching them basics, how to eat, how to drink, how to live, pretty much. So, they're getting older or they're younger, you still teach them something. So, I mean, because then when they get this age, they will already know how to plant and they will already know how to catch water and stuff from the rain. So, you have to look at things. I mean, that's pretty much the only thing we do in the summer, pretty much, the summer months. So just look at stuff, share, like, subscribe. I will be making more videos. And another thing, if this is your first time, write in there, this is my first year, or this year that we're on is my first year. So look at that. Just say hi or shalawama or shalom or something like that. And I'll talk back, or if you got questions, ask that. Maybe we can go into it, or a video you want me to do about homeschooling. Maybe you have a question. Maybe I can do a video on that or something like that. Whatever comes up to mind. Thank you for watching this video. I know I rambled on. It was just giving my ideas and putting it out there. And have a good day, night, morning, day, whenever you're watching this. Shalom.